Hello, my name is Gerard, and I'll just be doing commentary and random bullshit that happens all over the world, especially the USA. Death has followed Charlie Kirk's politics way before his death up to now. So, why do I say this? So, let's start from the beginning. Charlie Kirk was shot in the neck and killed yesterday about 12:20 p.m. And after his death, a lot of people have been celebrating his death. There's two divisions basically. There's a division of people saying, you shouldn't really die because of your political beliefs, and then there's another division of people whom are celebrating his death. And honestly, it sounds good on paper when you say you shouldn't die over your political beliefs, because honestly, I don't. You shouldn't wish harm upon anybody. Nobody deserves to be harmed upon. But at the same time, when your political beliefs start to harm innocent people, especially innocent families and children, that's when you try to understand more why people have had this reaction way more. And Charlie Kirk isn't just your babbling politician. He owned Turning Point USA, which, if you guys didn't know, it's a huge, huge platform. Millions of Americans watch this platform, and a lot of people watch his live streams. And when you dedicate your life to pushing these ideas which dehumanize people, strip them for their dignity, and just basically promote the bombings of children and the capitation of children, because he has condemned the IDF, which they are not just known to be Israel's military. They're more known to kill innocent lives, kill children, decapitate children, rape people. It's all over the internet, literally. Like, I'm pretty sure it's probably likely like on your feed. But politics play a major role in your life. It's not just these harmless beliefs in which we speak of, because when you start to believe these policies, you better know that these policies will create change. And a lot of people will be hearing these stances, for example, from Charlie Kirk. His audience, politicians, a lot of people soak it in, and then eventually it creates an ugly reaction that will eventually spill blood. It's not just about beliefs, it's about contributing to real world harm. Your beliefs can actually cause real world harm, and what he was doing with his beliefs, it was actually causing real world harm. A lot of his beliefs and policies is related to literally just killing an innocent civilian people. And I'm not going to stand here and say that I feel bad for the guy, because I honestly don't. I don't feel bad for the guy. What I do feel bad for is his family. I feel bad for his child mainly because, that kid is probably traumatized, and at the same time, he's going to be growing up without a father. But at the same time, his father was promoting the deaths of millions of civilians, which left a lot of children unfathered. So it's just something to think about, when people say you shouldn't die over your political beliefs, because it all sounds good on paper and everything, but unfortunately, that's not how the real world works, especially in this day and age, when your political beliefs, especially when you have millions of followings, um, it could create a ripple effect, and that ripple effect will eventually lead to bloodshed. Another thing that I like to add is that this isn't just about the Israel versus the Palestinian, Israel versus Gaza situation. Um, he's had a lot of other political views which has costed even the lives of the American people. For example, back in 2020, um, back when the COVID outbreak was happening, he was downplaying the virus, and that you shouldn't wear masks, and that the virus is a joke, which obviously, with a platform like his, millions of people were fucking following him like blind dogs. They were just eating up his bullshit, and a lot of people ended up in the hospital due to the virus. um Leading to real world harm, real world effect. This isn't just about an opinion or having a political stance. Your political stance can cause real world harm, and it could actually damage people's lives, especially when you have a huge platform like his. And that's my main point. Another political belief that he had, which was completely wrong, was back when the January 6th riot happened in the White House. Um, a lot of people were, especially police officers, rioters, and bystanders, were harmed and even died during that riot. And, I'm not going to say that it was mainly him that, caused this riot, but he was really pouring gasoline and promoting what was going to happen. And he was just, people like him were just promoting the stuff that was going to happen. And, it led to it eventually because people like him were promoting it. And with his platform, obviously people are going to listen. It wasn't just Trump, it was just his right hand, his left hands, the people whom were supporting Trump that also led to to the riot. And honestly, I look at this more of a cult, bro. But I want you to, I want you to know what y'all think. Leave a comment down below, and thank you for listening. I really appreciate it. This is my first video ever. Um, Hopefully, I do keep up a good upload schedule. But this has been it. My name is Gerard, and thank you very much. Bye.